And let's now look at some of the developments which contributed to the making of pragmatics as a distinct field of study. The use of word pragmatics as a distinct field of study was uh, emerged somewhere during 1970s, and before that it was being used in various senses by various people in linguistics and other disciplines. The formal semanticist Montague and some of his contemporaries used it in different senses, and pragmatics was the study of any language containing indexical terms. This is something which comes to us from 1960s or 50s. Levinson further explores this definition, and he talks about it, and he probably argues that in this way all natural languages and their analysis would fall under pragmatics, because all natural languages do contain indexicals. Indexicals are those words which help us to point out things via language. So we all have, for example, in English, we have determiners, pronouns, which are used to point out things. So all natural languages do have indexicals. Therefore, according to this definition, we might assume that all natural languages and their practical studies would fall under pragmatics. The modern use of the term pragmatics was emerged by the late 1960s or 70s somewhere, and there are different views about it. We'll talk about it further in the coming slides. Robert Stilnecker in 1970s defined pragmatics as a study of linguistic acts and the context in which these acts occur. That was probably one of the very first recognizable and established definitions of pragmatics. And he also contrasts pragmatics with semantics, which according to him is a study of propositions to look into the reality of various sentences. According to Gazdar, who is another popular figure in pragmatics, pragmatics has become a legitimate subdiscipline of linguistics somewhere in the late 70s. According to him, it was not there in early 1970s because it started getting acceptance in the middle or in the later part of 70s. And one of the major reasons because of this wider acceptability as an academic discipline was the lectures by Grice. And these lectures are about logic and conversation, and how meanings are developed during conversation by using various applications of logic. And these lectures were available from 1960s, but they got published in 1970s. And after the publications of these lectures of Grice, we have a series of PhD theses and other publications during the same era, which helped pragmatics to flourish as an independent academic discipline. Some of the popular names or important names who contributed to this growth of pragmatics can be Horn, Kempson, and Wilson. So, to sum up, we can say then that pragmatics had to cover some distance to reach at the status where it is right now, and now it is being accepted rightfully as an important subdiscipline of pragmatics.